Okay guys, so what we're going to do today is we're doing like a little study on this. It's a 54 Strat, but there's a bunch of things that are not original about it. We want to address each one. Of course, this is a brown case, which is an early 60s case. It could be a 59 to about 62. Okay, so right away we can see that it's an ash body. So ash has this wood that kind of looks like oak a little bit. It's got these grains in here and these lines. We can tell that that's right. Got the round string retainer up top here, but it's obviously a complete refinish. And looking at the parts, these look like the covers look like they're probably a little later, that they're not Bakelite. Same with the knobs here. Maybe this knob here could be one of the Bakelite knobs, I'm not sure. But so what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. We're going to take a look at it, see where everything's at on this. These are, we'll have to check and see if these are the original tuners. It's a very low number 0269. But you can tell it's ash when you see these grains here. The alder is much plainer. So I'm going to have Masa open this up. We're going to take a quick look and see what we see under the guard.
Okay, so let's take the nickel first.
This is extremely low number. It's one of the lowest number Strats I've ever had. And this is on consignment from an old friend of mine. This would be a fantastic guitar to have a really great restoration done with a relicking job and maybe a see-through blonde or something like that, or a two-tone burst, but more dark. This is too light, this sunburst.
Here you go, Norman.
Okay. Now it doesn't look like there's a date in there anymore because they were written in pencil, and if this thing was refinished, and if it was refinished quite a while ago, and it looks like it's been refretted as well. What do you think on the
Yeah, it is definitely refret.
And so sometimes on the refinish, when they're sanding the guitar and prepping it, they'll sand the date off of it. But it's also the neck is, it looks like it could be almost like an A neck or something.
And I see it's a 54 here.
Oh, you see 50?
Yeah, pencil mark over here. We can zoom up.
I don't know if you can see that.
You can see that before that,
yeah, it's very
but I
faint.
said at the end it said
Yeah.
54. 54 is there. And the fret is slightly bigger than original fret, but the slot here is not making it any too deep or anything.
It's narrow at the nut narrow. It looks like when they refinished the guitar, they either sanded it down or it was an A neck.
And they carved the edges a little bit louder. So that is the thing.
And you can see that the decal also is a repro decal. Almost looks like it could be under the paint or something, where it usually would be over the paint.
Let's make sure the truss rod. It's pretty tight. This nut seems to be
It's turning now.
the one thing I realized that this nut here, the slot is shallower. Shallower than the later model. The inside of it, it's nothing messed, so it is still good shape on it. and then we're gonna make sure the truss rod is works later on. So the neck is this, and maybe we're gonna take the some new keys off.
Yep. So it does not say Cluson Deluxe or Cluson on there.
No name on it.
Yeah, so that could be right. Does that seem like that looks
Yeah, I
good to
think
you?
this is original key.
Mm-hmm.
You take all off, or
I don't think we need to take them off. Let's take one more just for safekeeping.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they refins or oversprayed, they didn't take the bushing off. So the new lacquer layer is actually goes over the bushing.
Kind of, it's almost cakey here where it's kind of built up, right?
Right. So that's something unusual.
Yeah.
And this is all about neck. And
Okay.
let's put the neck on the side.
All right. Let's see if we can measure the pickups and see if everything is measuring properly. Should we plug it in first and see if this is working?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds right. So now, just so you know, on these two pickups, like when you go here, this is volume and tone for this pickup. In the middle, and it's a three-way switch, it's not a five-way, volume and tone. But back here, it's a fixed treble, so there is no tone control.
tone
It's like
control.
flat out treble on 10, and you just have volume on that pickup.
Right.
Okay, so everything seems to be putting out okay. We need to measure them, but let's just look underneath and see what we got. Now, a lot of the times on these Bakelite parts, they get very brittle over the years, and a lot of times they'll crack. I sold a beautiful Stratocaster, a very early one that was all original to a friend of mine, and he plays very hard. He's a professional player, and he's a very well-known guy. I don't want to mention names, but he plays very hard, and after about a month, he had cracked the pickup covers. So there are some repro Bakelite covers you can get, and we ordered some for him, but they weren't the original, and the guitar was hardly played. But unfortunately, after so many years, the Bakelite just gets really brittle.
Oh, that's a big screw on the jack plate.
Yep, too big of a screw there. So again, as of right now, from first observation, this is a player-grade guitar, but this would be a fantastic guitar to do a first-rate restoration on, and somebody wanted to do it in see-through blonde or in the two-tone burst. This is even a bigger screw here. So,
And also the angle of the this one here is very strong. It's supposed to be like this.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's open up the pickguard. It's got the extra loud.
There is an extra route there.
It's too short. Can turn this over.
Yeah, I guess when they took it out to refinish the guitar, they probably cut the wires a little bit, so it's a little too short. There are the black back pickups, cloth wiring.
These are all three pickups mounted upside down.
Uh-huh.
So this is supposed to be this way.
Yep. Now, can you see the pot dates and all that?
There's no dating on the cap. I can see it. That's a lot of dots on it.
My old eyes aren't able to read those things like I used to.
There's a number here, but I can't identify what year is it. It said 304901. I think it's a factory code. It's not dating. The tone cap is right, but it seems to be this is maybe newer than 54. It's just in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the switch look right, but this wire here, the soldering, it is absolutely not original. So.
Yeah.
These things, the pickups, I don't know. I can't identify the pickup. It is a real 54 or not. But the pickup cover is not original.
Right.
So, we can't say something for sure. And also
But they are black backs, and they
It is.
do like, and they're cloth wired. So
Right.
I'd say it's a very good chance that those pickups
Yeah,
are
I gotta
probably
remove-
okay with new.
I gotta
We'll have
rem-
to open that.
I gotta remove the cover too. But the color of the coil is, looks like it is right. So let's measure the DC resistance of pickups. So it's just not very good. So this is neck pickup.
Looks like around 581. That's in the range of
Yeah, it is.
where it should be.
Right. And middle pickup.
Also 586. So that seems like that's good too.
Right. And bridge pickup.
All around the same, and that's 569, 58 something.
All right.
So the only thing we would need to do is if we pop the covers off, just look and see if it looks like the winding in there has been rewound or anything, if we see any detection. But my assessment on this guitar is this would be a terrific guitar to restore and do a really great relicking job and restoration on it. It's a very low number.
Yeah, before we do that, let's see the routing here.
Yeah,
So because they mounted upside down,
they accommodated for the room of that here. So you can see it's kind of fresh sanding or cutting there. But they put them in backwards. So,
yeah, by some reason.
yeah, well, I mean, judging by the quality of the finish that's on here, this was not a great quality refinish. So whoever did it probably didn't really know what they were doing. And I know this is a really old refinish. So not by somebody who was really going for originality and knew what they were doing.
Some spacer
Yeah.
on the both side.
Okay.
It's like a copper plate or something.
Hmm.
They put that instead
Maybe
of...
because they put them in backwards, right?
No, they should use the rubber tube for the
Right.
cushion.
But
like
they
instead
may
of
have gotten
spring.
too brittle and
Right,
fallen
but
apart.
they got this spring and the two copper plates.
That's just so you can raise and lower the pickups.
It looks right to me, and with the wax here. the color of the coil is looks like the Fender original. But the question is, why it's plastic?
Well, the reason that I say is that, you know, those bakelite covers break a lot. So my guess is they probably started cracking and he probably put another set on there that
That's one
looks
possibility.
more uniform. That would be
Sure.
a guess. But, you know, when these guitars, when they're this old, you can only guess why somebody would do something, you know, when they're restoring a guitar. I don't think the way this guy refinished it, he was restoring it. He was just refinishing it. Difference between restoring and refinishing is restoring is trying to make the guitar look as close to being original as possible. They didn't do any of them in this color. They were generally a dark sunburst to a light in the middle. So, and you can see how crude the finish is. It's not a very good finish on here.
Let's just put back together with.
Okay. So, Masa, I'm going to let you, you know, just open these other two just so we can kind of assess.
Oh, you want to see the
Yeah,
old
just in case we see one was rewound or one looks newer or anything. You know, it's just a good idea since we're in there to
Okay, let's do that.
look at everything so we can kind of describe the guitar as it is, and also so whoever buys this guitar will know what they're getting. But this is a really early number, extremely low.
And this, the copper plate and spring should be replaced by the rubber tube. Which if Norman wants to do that, so I can do it right away. That's a little weird. Okay, this is the center pickup. Here you go. It's about same shape as neck pickup we saw it. You come close to here. Yeah. Yeah, so let's put this back together. The bridge.
So I just spoke to Gordon. He actually said that, you know, he's really not as into amplifiers.
So it looks pretty consistent, and I think this all three pickups came from the same guitar, the same set from the factory.